What's going on, guys? Tino Rodriguez bringing you a trading video today, talking about a Usdjpy sell that I actually posted on Instagram. And here's basically the trade analysis. As you can see, we're on the H4 chart. By the way, this is a live trading account. Took the trend line, take a bounce, 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 and now we have a break. I'll zoom in a little bit. Bounce, 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 breakthrough. So now we're totally committed to selling the pair. So we had this one breakthrough. So once you get a momentous or momentum based move to the downside, you can go to a lower time frame, measure out the top to the bottom of the momentum move, as you can see here with a Fibonacci retracement. We then got a bounce into our 38.2 and a couple of our EMAs. We then got a little bit more push down. Now you could sell at the 38.2. I was just a tad bit late. I basically sold it right here, and the 38.2 is right there, which was a difference of, let's see, about 20 pips. 20 pips late. Not too bad, considering what our take profits are. We got it about 20 pips late, and our stop loss is actually up here at the 100% retracement. So if price comes all the way back up here, then we're thinking that, hey, this wasn't really a push to the downside. This was more of a fake out, and price is going to get back into probably into an uptrend and continue upwards if it comes all the way up here. So we put our stop loss up here at 110.900, and our entry was here at 109.972-ish. So about 100 pip stop loss. That's kind of high for a USD pair kind of like this. But our take profits are actually, let me go to H4, it's easier to see, are all the way down here. So this is the first one at 108.5, which is about 130 pips from where we're at right now. And then our second take profit when we want to get out of the market is actually right here at basically 108 flat. And then once it hits 108 flat, we really don't want to stretch the trend line farther than that, because I don't think this is legitimate. I think this right here was probably the best spot to start the trend line. So about 108 flat is our last take profit when we want to get totally out of the market. So it could be a possible 200 pip trade, and that's really good for this particular pair that doesn't move that much really. But the moves that it does make, they're pretty fluid. They kind of go up, they kind of go down, and down, up, and maybe another drop to the downside. So it's pretty, doesn't go against general rules. So this should actually be really good for us, considering our entry, which is pretty early. We could have actually got this at 50%, 61.8%. That's more of your textbook entries. But considering what the possible take profits are, I'm okay with a 100 pip stop loss. Fuck it. And this is a live trading account. We're trying to build this account up to from $100 to $1,000. We don't really want to chance blowing the account and just put a huge position like right off rip. So if we have to scale in a little bit, once it gets to 61.8, we might put down another 0.02. Maybe risk $10, maybe even stretch it out to a 0.05, but after that, you might just want to cut the loss if it comes all the way back up. But of course, our plan is to hold it all the way to 108.5, take partial profit, maybe take off 0.01, bag the profit, ride it all the way down to 108, take off completely. It should be about $20 maybe, maybe 40. Let me do the math real quick, because if we take a little bit off the table every time, it could be a little bit different. Let's go like this so you guys can see the calculation. So we got it in about 109.980. So 109.980, and then you want to minus 108.500. That's okay, so it's about 148 pips. So that's 1,480 ticks. So 1,480 ticks times 0.02. So at that point, when we get a drop that far down, we will have $29.60. We would then take off half of the total right there. So we'd be bagging $14.80 off a position of 0.02, which is actually really good. When you're thinking about building up a small account into a bigger account, you don't really want to focus on the money per se. You want to focus on more of the return on investment, the ROI. And that percentage is actually really good on a small account. That could be about 10 to 15%, which is actually fucking outstanding. So that's my outlook on UJ. Sell all the way down 108.5, 108. If it brings it all the way back up to the 100% Fibonacci retracement, we are then going to cut our losses completely and start looking for buys from there. It's your boy Team Rodriguez. Heard it here first. UJ sells. Catch you later.